Forget about Breaking Bad. RJ Mate, who played Walt J.R, wants to break good. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. And Breaking Bad seems popular at the moment. It was only a couple of days ago we had Giancarlo Esposito share his feelings about the series and how he wants to return as Gustavo Fring in a Breaking Bad prequel. Well, now we have RJ Mate, the son of Walter White, the son of Heisenberg, who played Walt J.R. He also wants to return, but not in a prequel. He wants to have a sequel. He wants to have his own show based 5 years after the events of the Breaking Bad finale. So RJ Mate was having a conversation with The Wrap, and he shared his own version of what he would want for his character in a potential Breaking Bad spin-off. And this is what he had in mind. He says, quote, "Walt escapes capture. Jesse came back to Walt after the whole shootout. Walt and Jesse disappear for 5 years. And Walt Jr. is still living with his sister, almost in like DEA housing. Then Walt Jr. pretty much joins the DEA and is hunting after his father. He kind of takes Hank's role where Hank left off. My idea is that he's trying to go out and find what happened to Hank and go after Jesse and Walt." End of quote. Now, does it sound more plausible to have RJ Mate in a future role where the character has aged? Yes, because it's in the future. He has got older in comparison to Giancarlo Esposito, who wanted to basically play a younger Gustavo Fring. We're talking 20 years younger, yet he is almost, 15 years older than he was since his last appearance in Breaking Bad. It just doesn't work with Giancarlo Esposito. The guy is almost 60. He might actually be over 60, yet he wants to play a 20-year-old Gus. It just does not work. At least with RJ Mate, he has aged a little bit since the Breaking Bad finale. However, since he wants to have a spin-off 5 years after those events, they could still pull it off. But I've got to question whether I like the whole premise and whether I like his idea. Personally, I think the Walt shootout was great. He went on a solo mission to try and rescue Jesse and also avenge Hank. He managed to do that. He took out Jack's entire crew while also taking a stray bullet, and then he died. He eventually bled out in a place where he was familiar with, and that was a home-built chemistry lab. So I would not change that. RJ Mate's scenario would be that Walter didn't die and that Jesse came back and saved him. I don't think that's the case. To me, that's a really cheap way of just ruining the ending of Breaking Bad. And plus, even if that did happen, even if Jesse did come back and save Walt, the whole cancer thing, Walt didn't have another 5 years in him. So if they do that, not only are they just scrapping the death that he got from the stray bullet, but they're also just completely ignoring Walt's cancer and the fact that he didn't have long left to live. So I like the character of Walter Jr. and I think RJ Mate did a great job in playing him. However, I do not like this idea. I'm not on board with this idea. He says he's going to find out what happened to Hank. We pretty much already know what happened to Hank, and he's going to go after Jess and Walt. But I mean, Jess and Walt have already spent the majority of Breaking Bad on the run trying to avoid being caught. Do we really need another series that is pretty much just going in the same direction, minus all the great characters like Hank and Gus and Mike and Saul? I don't think we need that. Plus, what exactly would Walt and Jesse be doing for the next 5 years? I think after the experiences and everything they've went through, they're going to be giving up the meth game. They're not going to be continuing to cook meth. Plus, Walter has no real reason to. All his motivation is gone. He was only doing it in the first place to try and make money for his family, and now that isn't even a factor. So it just doesn't make any sense. Breaking Bad was perfect, and I know they've had Better Call Saul and El Camino since then, and I'm probably in the minority who didn't think those two shows were great. And I just think if we do another show, it's just going to get even worse. Breaking Bad was a masterpiece. It's one of those things where I don't think you can improve on it, and anything that you do after Breaking Bad is sadly just going to be worse. And you know what? At least with Gustavo Fring's idea, I could see it happening. we maybe just somebody else playing Gus, but this Walt Jr. idea is not a good idea. In my opinion, it kind of sucks, so I hope we don't get this, and I'm pretty confident that Vince Gilligan will not give us this either. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below. Catch you in the next one. Till then, though, peace.